Hello everyone, my name is Paulina Molinari, and I am the Demand Generation Executive at VILT. Today, we're going to our second edition of VILT State of Affairs. We're very excited to interview our special guest, António Carvalho, Products Director at VILT Group. Hello Antonio, thank you for taking the time to speak to us today.
Hello, Paulina. Well, actually, I'm the one who really appreciate and thank you for inviting me for this session. Thank you very much.
By the way, congratulations to you and the team on Fuse Management Central.
Thank you. Well, we released yesterday version 1.1. Well, we are really happy and excited with this.
Yeah. So, Antonio, if you think it's fine, let's jump right into the questions.
Let's go.
So, since you're the product director at VILT, how does one know if a product is well designed?
Well, that's a tricky one, but usually, let's say that usually my mind puts itself in the mind of the consumer, of the user. So usually we do that kind of exercise, which I think it could get us into a better result. So if it's a good or a not so good product, I think it's all about the experience that the user has with the product. You know, we must enjoy doing it. I mean, we need to use the product, but I think we must also enjoy using it, and this is very important. So the experience really matters a lot.
Great. So can you provide a technical solution, for example, that you and your team designed for your client that later on became a commercial product?
Yeah. Well, I'm remembering that smart permissions is actually born as something inside a meeting. So a customer was having issues while sharing content and with permission settings, and at the moment we quickly come up with this solution to have an add-on also for Content Suite, which could really and again it's the experience that really matters, which could really simplify the experience of sharing content and request access to content. So we started from there directly with the customer requirements. We started building this solution for this customer, and then it was converted into a real product. And well, it's a small component compared to Fuse, but it's really useful. And well, for experience, it's really good.
That's amazing. So, Antonio, in your opinion, what are the aspects of product management that you find the most exciting?
Well, the one I find more exciting, personally, well, of course, probably my team, the engineering team, has different opinion. But for me, it's hearing a customer. On our latest demo, I have heard the customer said, "I need this solution." So that is the thing that really amuses me, you know, and really brings me confidence to continue working on this kind of solution. This is really motivation, real motivation. So as a product manager, I guess that hearing customer satisfaction is the most important part. So it's not just about building the product, it's building the product, but that could really fit real needs, and that could help customers on their daily usage, you know.
Brilliant, very interesting. So, Antonio, if you had a 5-year-old, how would you explain what product management is to him?
Actually, my son is 3.5 years old, and well, he has already. Sometimes he asks me what I do, and it's really hard because, well, actually because on the area that I mainly work, which is more on the open text side, on products extensions. It's also a niche market because it involves with information management, and some people well, think that this is just storage, like putting documents there. So if I could explain this to my kid, I would say that we bring wishes to life. I mean, we build dreams, you know. So and I could compare with a simple real use case. I mean, currently people as their their personal life applications like Facebook, Twitter, and everything else, and those have very good user experience improvements there for people, so people enjoy using them. But usually on the work side, people, well, have more boring solutions, so they must work with them, but they are more boring, not so exciting to use. Well, I must do this. And the thing that I would say to him is that, well, we build this kind of we bring dreams to real, you know. So people wish that on the work they also had cool solutions, and we try to build this. So, well, I would say this to him. I'm pretty sure that he will not understand. Again, he's only 3.5 years old, but well, at least I will try.
One more year and he will.
Yeah, one more and he will. Yeah, definitely.
So, since you're defining the product prioritization roadmap for Fuse, I remember from your previous Fuse Management Central interactive showcase that you did a survey and had quite a high amount of feedback. So if one executive says that feature A is more important and the other executive says feature B is more important, how do you choose which one to implement?
Well, I guess, well, usually we go by the rule of thumb by our experience. So we leverage all the customer needs, but we also have a lot of experience using open text technologies, a lot of experience, and especially in the side of Fuse Management Central, we have been working with content server administration for several years. I mean, we are open text partners for a lot of years. So if customer A asks for something and customer B asks for a different thing, our priority will be mainly based on combining both with our experiencing, and then, well, the priority will come up really easy because, well, we also understand it. It's more about understand if this feature will be more well received into a wider scope of customers, and the other one less received or with less priority. Well, that will be a bit the metric that we would use, but it's always a tricky one, you know.
Yeah, very interesting, Antonio. So enough about products for now. Let's know a little bit more about your hobbies. What do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, I like to do sports, and I like to play guitar. I like to swim. Sometimes I jog. I run a bit. Well, now a bit less because I don't have so much time. I play with my kids, hang out with my friends. Well, read. But music is something that I really, really like. You know, music and also astronomy. I'm not an astronomy, but I really love all the astronomy things. So I consume a lot of astronomy media and reading. You know, so, well, I do a lot of stuff. Usually, I'm never. I just stop when I go to sleep.
And I heard you have a few medals.
Well, yeah, you know, old people also receive medals, which is also something that amazed me because, well, I've run into a couple, 2 or 3 competitions for Taekwondo. I started practicing Taekwondo 3.5 years ago. It was a bit before my kid born, and more about the stretching part and the martial arts part is really interesting. So I start practicing, and then I jump into a tournament, and on the first one I got in 3rd place, and on the second one on 2nd place, and on the last one it was actually on the national championship, of course for older people. But I got the 1st place, which was really, really good. It was also a very good moment in my life because, well, it shows that even the fact that I'm sitting all day behind the computer, I can still do some acrobatic stuff, you know.
Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
So,
Thank you very much.
Coming back to this, do you think that practicing sports helps you with your professional career?
Yeah, it helps a lot, you know. Sometimes, and I'm a people that usually I'm the kind of guy that brings stuff outside of the office, and now working from home, it's even difficult because my office is always here, so I can always go to the computer. And sometimes I'm thinking on something, thinking, and then when I go to practice, let's say 1.5 hour of with my master, with Taekwondo, well, I leave everything behind, and I get out of the training, well, completely, flushed of everything. It's like resetting, and then, well, I dinner, I go to bed, and I wake up, I mean, with fully charged. Is really because the mind, it keeps. It is always processing in the background, and usually I'm eating and I'm thinking on something, or well, in doing sports, really, well, in order for you to practice taekwondo, to training taekwondo, let's say that you are fighting with someone or practice techniques, you really need to be focused, because there are hundreds of techniques. Otherwise, you will not be able to do. And then my master will say to do push-ups, and if I get wrong on something, so well, I need to avoid that. So I need to be really focused. Yeah, and sports really helps a lot. I encourage everyone to sport, because, well, our job is always to be seated, and when you have 42 years old, almost 43, you need to think in the future of your bones and all of your cartilages and everything else. So we need to also think on ourselves, on our well-being.
Thank you very much, Antonio. Thank you for sharing your insights with us. It was a pleasure having you on VILT's State of Affairs.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that.
I wish you a wonderful day. I will speak to you soon.
Thank you. You too, Paulina. Have a nice day. Thanks.
Bye.